Sometimes the quietest places hold the loudest echoes of our hearts. Today's story takes us to the sleepy hill town of Evergreen, where two broken souls discover healing, hope, and a kind of love that doesn't always come with promises, but with presence. Part 1. The silence before Maya Kapoor had lived in Evergreen for almost 5 years. A town tucked between misty hills and echoing woods, Evergreen was where people came to escape, or to hide. For Maya, it was both. After her engagement fell apart just weeks before the wedding, Maya left the city, her job, her friends, and began a life of quiet, working at a cozy bookstore her aunt once owned. Books became her safest escape. She didn't need anyone. That's what she told herself. But even silence, when stretched too long, begins to ache. Part 2. A new face in the rain. It was late October. The air smelled of rain and burnt leaves. One morning, as Maya arranged books by the window, a tall man, slightly drenched, entered the store. "Do you have something that makes you believe in second chances?" His voice was gentle, but his eyes, they carried 1,000 untold stories. She handed him The Art of Starting Over. He smiled. Perfect. That was the first time Arav Verma entered her world. Part 3. Chapters of Connection. Arav was a travel writer staying in Evergreen to finish his book. But soon visiting Maya's store became his daily ritual, sometimes to buy books, sometimes to borrow words, and often just to be around her. They spoke about stories, music, old coffee recipes, childhood dreams, and heartbreak, indirectly, never naming their pain but sharing its weight. Maya didn't realize when she stopped counting the days. Arav didn't realize when his notebook remained untouched. Their silence was no longer empty. It had become comfortable. Part 4. The conversation that changed everything. One cold evening, with the fireplace crackling and soft jazz playing in the background, Arav turned to her and asked, "Why did you stop believing in forever?" Maya hesitated. She looked out the window before answering. "Because one day, someone who said forever walked away and never explained why." Arav nodded slowly. "I think sometimes people say forever, hoping they'll mean it. But hearts, they change. Doesn't mean it was fake. Just means it wasn't meant to last." There was no judgment in his tone, only understanding. And somehow, that healed something she didn't know was still broken. Part 5. The goodbye that didn't hurt. On his final morning in Evergreen, Arav didn't say goodbye. Instead, Maya found a handwritten note tucked inside The Art of Starting Over. "This town helped me finish my book. You helped me restart my life. Thank you for reminding me that silence can be warm, and that some stories begin in the middle." He left her a small notebook, too. Blank pages except the first line. "Start writing your own story now." Part 6. The Whisper. After Maya stood outside the store, holding the notebook to her chest, the wind softly moving her hair, Arav had left. But this time, she didn't feel abandoned. She felt light, as if a chapter had ended, and another was just beginning. And for the first time in years, she wrote, not about pain, but about possibilities. Some people come into our lives quietly. They don't promise to stay, but they leave behind something better. A part of ourselves we thought was lost. When hearts whisper, sometimes, we just need to listen.